What's up, everybody? Hope you all were having a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed the hell out of this episode. First of all, Curtis. Curtis need to let Marshall go. Like, if Marshall wants to leave town, let his ass go. I'm over Marshall at this point. Because he basically was saying that it was a big mistake for him to come back to town. To come back into his family life. Let him go. Like, he wants to skip out on you again. Let him go and just let him know, like, listen, you leave this time, please don't come back. Don't call, don't write, don't email, don't fax, don't nothing. Just hit the bricks. Um, so apparently Marshall was arrested back in the day for protesting. But they had put him in for a mental evaluation or whatever. So Curtis wanted to know what the diagnosis was. Like, what was he diagnosed with? And Marshall pretty much told him, like, listen, you got my arrest record, you got my file. He said, if it's not in my file, I'm not telling you nothing. Let him go, Curtis. Let him go, cause he playing games at this point. Um, he thought what he was doing was protecting the family. I get it, but at the end of the day, that's what family is supposed to be for. They're supposed to be your support system. They could have helped him through it. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't trust them enough or want them involved in it or whatever. So at this point, and just go. You know what I mean? Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Bye bye. Um, I know it's hard for Curtis to let his father go again because he went 40 years without him, and now that he got him back, it's like he wants him in his life, but he just wants to know about his life, like what happened. But if he's not willing to be forthcoming, what more can you do? You know, I say sayonara, sucker. I'm just saying, let him go. Um, I'm gonna be a little. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all right now. I'm a little feeling a little nice right now. Listen, I had the bombest drink tonight. It was an apple cider mimosa. Oh my god. Whew. I'm gonna put it on my community. I'm gonna show it to y'all what I had. It was so, oh my god, it was so good. I drunk that shit up. It was so good. Um so anyway, moving on from that. Um I was so tight a little bit watching this episode because I'm like, we were finally gonna get a BLQ and Chase kiss scene. We were finally gonna get it. They were 2 seconds away from kissing. Here comes Michael. Sir, you couldn't wait. I was finally gonna get the kiss. Like, you couldn't wait a damn minute? Damn, get him a second. Of course, Michael wants to talk about this stupid ass merger between ELQ and Aurora Media. I feel like this merger is so dumb. I'm totally on Ned's side on this. I understand they want Valentine out as CEO, but I feel like there's other ways to do this, and I feel like a merger is pointless between these companies. How, like, I feel like Michael and Drew only want to do this just to get rid of Valentine. They're not thinking about the long term effects that this merger is going to have, not only on the family but on the employees. Like, they're not thinking about the financial aspect of it. Like, how is this beneficial for ELQ to merge? I mean, it would definitely be beneficial for Aurora, but how is it beneficial for ELQ? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think they thought of the logistics of it, and that's why I feel like this merger is just stupid. Like, they didn't think about all the details of it. It's just all about getting rid of Valentine. And it's like, okay, we're gonna get rid of Valentine, then we'll worry about the details later. No, that's not how you run a company. No. You gotta think about everything before you do this merger. So I definitely understand Ned's concerns about this because it's gonna prop Drew up. And I feel like Drew is gonna be in the driver's seat when it comes to this new company. And Ned is going to be on at the bottom of the totem pole, basically. Ned is not trying to be there. Like, Ned wants to be top dog, and I can't blame him. He's the oldest pretty much in the family as far as, sons, grandsons, or whatever. He's one of the oldest, so um, I feel like he should definitely lead the pack at this point. You know, he's been a part of the family, like the dynamics of the family since he was born. He knows ELQ inside and out. Drew has not been a part of this family all his life. He has not been a part of ELQ. So why should he be in the driver's seat? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like this merger is stupid. So BLQ seemed like she was on board with it. God only knows why. Um, and she's gonna keep an eye on Ned. I'm like, listen, Ned need to tap into his inner Tracy. He is the child of Tracy Quartermain. He needs to tap into that. Because you already know, if Tracy was here, Tracy wouldn't stand for it. You know she would not be happy about this turn of events. Um, so after Michael leave, we were finally gonna get the kiss again. Until Leo interrupted. Don't get me wrong, I love the scenes between Leo, Chase, and BLQ. I thought they were beautiful scenes, but little boy, you couldn't wait a few seconds till we got the damn kiss? Like, little boy, what do you... Ugh. I was like, oh my goodness. One can only dream. Like, can I just get the damn kiss already? Damn. Leo? I mean, you're a nice kid, but come on. Give him 10 seconds. Let them lips touch and then you can interrupt. So he was a little upset with Chase or whatever for not coming to his party or whatever, his celebration. But I like how Chase handled it, though. You know what I'm saying? I like how him and BLQ handled it. They're basically natural parents. How they handle kids is a beautiful thing. And I like how Chase got Leo to, put his fears and insecurities to the side and recite his poem. Because, he was afraid of doing it in front of people and stuff like that. So Chase gave him some good advice. He was like, just imagine that you're only talking to one person. That you're only doing it with just me sitting here. Nobody else is here, just you and me. And I like how he got him out of that. You know what I'm saying? He really helped him. Chase would be a good parent, I think. Because Chase is just an all-around nice guy. So I think he would definitely make a dope parent one day. But next time, him and BLQ need to go into a room, lock the door, so they can get their kiss. Like, I'm just saying, because all these interruptions is just driving me nuts right about now. Stop the interruptions. So anyway, moving on from that, Sonny. Lord have mercy. That whole conversation between him and Michael was just ridiculous. Usually I'm on Michael's side when it comes to, having a backbone and standing up to Sonny. I am, but this time around, I wasn't really feeling it for the simple fact that it won't last. And Michael pretty much told Sonny he was done with him, like he's basically cutting him out of his life. But it was so funny how Michael mentioned, oh, you cheated on my mother. Michael, you might not want to go there. You are standing next to the woman who cheated on her husband with your ass, so you might want to zip it. That's not a good, it's not a good example. To sit there and be like, oh, you cheated on my mother. Okay, but, your lady cheated on her man for you. I'm just, you might want to zip that up there. Might want to button your lips, sir. The hypocrisy is just falling out of your mouth. You might want to chillax. But yeah, I wasn't really feeling it for the simple fact that we all know at some point Michael's going to forgive Sonny and they're going to be one big happy family again. Because Michael mentioned, oh, I should go back to the Quartermain last name, but I won't because I want to bring honor to the Corinthos name. That's how I know he's not going to cut Sonny out of his life for long. Because if he was, like... But I am glad that he didn't go back to the Quartermain name, because if he did, him and Sonny would have just made up and he would have just ended up going right back to Corinthos anyway. So I'm glad they're not doing that, because that would have been a waste of time. But Sonny had some pretty choice words for Michael too. I totally agree with Sonny on one aspect of that, where he basically said that his marriage to Carly was none of Michael's business. I agree with that, because Michael's grown and they're grown, and it's like, what happens in their marriage is their business. Like, it's not, your concern. And basically Sonny just felt like Michael was acting like a child, instead of a grown man. And Michael was accusing him of not having no real loyalty towards the family. Like, they were just going back and forth at each other. But of course, Sonny talking about, oh, but I'm taking responsibility. No, you're not, Sonny. That's where I disagree with Sonny too, because I felt like you're not taking responsibility, because he keeps blaming Carly for the divorce. Oh, Carly's the one that wanted the divorce. I didn't. What the hell did you expect? You were boning another woman. She caught you in bed. What the hell did you expect her to do? Forgive you? No. I would have filed for divorce too and took you for everything you got. That's what I would have done. She let him off easy. All she took was the house. You got off pretty easy, sir. You might want to count your blessings. But Sonny, I feel like he was talking a little ridiculous because he told Michael, "Oh, I'm not gonna forget this. I love you. You still my son, but I'm not gonna forget this conversation." And he pretty much told Michael that when you want me to forgive you, you're gonna have to beg me to forgive you. I said, "Oh no, 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 no." I felt like that's a line. I feel like both of them were crossing lines that you just can't go back from. Like, I think both of them were saying things in the heat of the moment that you may not be able to you might not be able to walk back. Do I feel like Michael judges Sonny harshly? Maybe. But Michael oftentimes does say things that Sonny needs to hear. Michael's in no position, don't get me wrong, to judge him, but sometimes Sonny needs a knock on the head. You know, not literally this time, because last time he got a knock on the head, he ended up being Mike and Nixon Falls, so we don't need that again. But that scene between him and Michael was pretty intense. For Sonny to come out of his mouth and say that to him, that, oh, when you want me to forgive you, you're gonna have to beg for my forgiveness. That was a different side of Sonny right there. Because Sonny usually don't talk to his kids like that, but for him to talk to Michael that way, I was like, okay, so where we going with this? Like, we going for another battle between the two of them? If so, I'm getting the popcorn. I'm ready. I want to see it. I think it's going to be quite interesting because I want to see how they're eventually going to make up after all of this. Because when you say harsh things to a family member, it's like, how do we come back from this? So I'm interested in finding out. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, I totally love me some Diane. Diane was just going up in that office telling Alexis the real. And that's what I love about her because she's very, you know, blunt, and she gives her 2 cents on things, and she makes sense when she talks. Like, she was telling Alexis basically, kick Harmony the hell out your house, and I agree. Harmony need to go. She's entertaining to me with her crazy tale, but she need to go. I feel like I have to agree with Diane on that. I feel like it's not Alexis's problem to fix her. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what Alexis was trying to do. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with Diane on that. It's not your job to fix this girl. You helped her as much as you can, but now it's time for her to go. Um, because Harmony still wants her to kill the story, and Diane said, no, don't kill that story. Diane don't want that story killed because that expose on Nina can help her court case, with the visitation coming up, the visitation hearing. So it could help her. So of course she doesn't want the story to be killed. Um, and I feel like Alexis shouldn't kill the story because if it was anybody else, like I said before, if Alexis didn't know these people, she would have ran that story. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she should still run the story. Treat these people like you don't know them. You know what I'm saying? You can still, put out a good story where it's not salacious and stuff like that. You can put out a tasteful story, but you still have a job to do as editor in chief. Why let some other, media outlet get the scoop that you could have got, which would have brought a lot more buzz and publicity to your business? You know what I'm saying? Like, business is business at the end of the day. But Diane was like, what Alexis should do is pay for her, Harmony to stay at the Metro Court and pay first and last month's security, I guess, on her apartment. Get her a place or whatever, help her with the down payment or whatever. First and last month's rent or whatnot. I feel like that's a little too generous. That's a little too generous. I mean, Alexis was like, "Oh, that's fair." No, that's a little bit more than fair. That's generous. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand putting her up at the Metro Court for a little while till she find a place. Fucking with me, you gonna have at least 30 days. Like, I'm gonna give you 30 days to find a place. Then after that, I'm cutting it off. Like, I'm not gonna keep paying your hotel bill. I'm not gonna keep doing it. Um, But I'm glad Alexis, has Diane in her corner to let her know when she needs to, cut the cord on things, because she does. Why let Harmony drag you down? Especially after Alexis fought so hard, to get her life back on track, and she's finally getting it on track. Why let somebody ruin it? So anyway, moving on from that, speaking of Harmony, Carly was asking her all these questions about Nina and stuff, and asking if Nina was blackmailing her, and Harmony was like, no. Um, because Carly caught her midway trying to burn those papers. So Harmony coming up with some lie talking about, oh, I'm going to get my phone. So Carly finds the papers. She's looking at the burnt up papers and stuff, and she's reading it out loud. And she realizes and puts two and two together that Harmony is not Willow's mother, that she basically stole her. So of course Harmony pops up this big ass needle. Once she told Carly, "Oh, I'm going to get my phone," I knew she was coming back with that syringe. That's a big ass needle. I knew she was coming back with that shit. She gonna try to ice Carly ass. So, Carly was ready though for a minute. Carly, they was duking it out, battling it out. But I guess, Harmony ended up getting the best of Carly and stuffed her ass in that trunk. Now she gonna try to take her to the same spot where Neil died. I mean, not Neil, Brendan. Where her and Brendan was fighting at and stuff. So she basically trying to throw Carly ass over that same cliff. I'm like, you know what? At this point, Sonny need to go ahead and hire Harmony at this point to be his second in command, because this heifer just be getting rid of bodies. She not that good of disposing them, but she knows how to, drop a body pretty quickly. She got that stealthiness about her. Um, but yeah, Harmony, her time is coming to an end. But she is entertaining to me though. I like her as a villain. Cause she does crazy pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Like I like actors who can do that, like pull off that crazy. She pulls it off very well, like convincingly. That's how you know she good. Like she pulls it off nice. Um, and by the time Alexis got home, she seen that the house is all a wreck and stuff like that, and she looking at the papers that was in the fireplace. I think Alexis realized where Harmony was going, like where she ran off to. Alexis, call 911. Don't just blindly go up in there. This chick is dangerous. She's nuts. She's unhinged. Call 911. Get some backup because Carly gonna need some rescuing ASAP. So get there. Don't be late. Carly gonna need some rescuing right now. She needs it. So anyway, moving on from that, we get to this part of the episode where the Scooby Doo and the Ghostbusters need to be called in. Um, So Jordan got her people to look at the footage or whatever to see if they could recover the footage or whatever that they couldn't see. But according to her tech people, whoever messed with the security footage, they deliberately did that. They deliberately jammed the surveillance footage. I'm like, okay, so who's doing this at this point? I know some people don't believe Liz is doing this to herself, but certain facial expressions Liz make, I don't know. It's like it's hard to read her. Like, is she really having a mental break? Like, or is somebody really doing this, or is this a ghost? Like, I'm curious. Like, who the hell is doing this? I don't know if it's Heather Weber. I don't think it is because they already checked that out, and apparently she hasn't escaped or been in and out of that place, and she's had no visitors. Not to say that she couldn't still find a way to get out, because she could, but right now she's not. She's off the suspect list for now. So I don't know who the hell else could be doing this. Um, But Elizabeth looked very uncomfortable with all this, and I can't say that I blame her. Finn, of course, don't want Elizabeth in that house by herself, and I can't blame him. It's like this is getting dangerous. His brother was attacked in that house. Like whoever's doing this is now turning violent. Aiden keeps thinking that it's Franco doing all this, and Finn is not convinced that it's Franco because he was like, why would Franco do this? Like, why would he try to torment you? Torment your family. Why would he want to, scare y'all? And he loved you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand where Finn is coming from with that. This is all just one big ass mystery at this point. Like, who's doing this? Like, this is some Freaky Friday type shit. What is going on? Do they need to hold a seance or something like that? Hold hands in a circle and say Mama Sa, Mama Kusa or something? Like, what is going on? Like, they need to figure this foolishness out and quickly, because whoever's doing this is stepping a game up in the violent department. So you might want to get a guard or something. Like, I don't understand why Elizabeth still wants to stay in that house, especially by herself. Like, absolutely not. I would be creeped the hell out if I had to stay there, because nope, I wouldn't be staying there. Absolutely not. I would call my landlord today, be like, listen, I gotta go. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that's crazy. Like, who's gonna stay in that little haunted ass house? Not me. But anyway, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.